Okay, so tonight we're going to go over evaluating your chapter plan. I am Erin Poltorak. I am the Programming Vice President for the Michigan JCs for 2016. And everyone, we've had about 25 chapters submit their chapter plans this year, so we want to give you a little bit of feedback on what you should be looking at in terms of going forward for each trimester review. So a lot of people are always wondering what's the real purpose of the chapter plan? Um, why do we do this every year? Why do we reinvent the wheel a little bit? And why should we evaluate it? So your chapter plan is going to be a living diary of the chapter's actions. Um, that's something that you can continuously change, and it's not a one-time document that you will never look at again. You want to continuously look at it. It's also a clear way to look at, it's a way to focus in on the most impactful goals. It will show your members what those goals are to get everyone on board. It determines if your chapter and community needs and goals need to be adjusted throughout the year, determines where the chapter is in terms of community impact, and as well as chapter, like if they need more members or if they need to be doing more projects, and determine who is accountable for them as well. Sorry, I got the wrong screen up. 1 second. So at the beginning of the year, every chapter is very enthusiastic and, looking for ways to improve. But a lot of times those chapter plans just go to the wayside and we don't tend to look at them, or we don't evaluate them as we go along. There's ways that you should evaluate your trimester plan each trimester. You can do your basic measurements, your frequency indicator. Did we do this? Did we do it about half the time? Do we do it all the time? A lot of times we see chapters do a timeline for each goal. They will specifically put the goal and then whether it's ongoing, they haven't started it, they've completed it. A lot of times the best way to do it is, did we exceed this goal? Did we achieve this goal? Did we mostly achieve it? Or did we miss the goal? Don't let your chapter plan collect dust. So every trimester, what are you going to do in order to actually evaluate that chapter plan? So look at what goals have been achieved to date, what obstacles might exist preventing further goal achievement, where has performance expectations lagged behind, and what needs to happen for you to move forward? Who's resisting change? These are the things that a lot of chapters don't tend to think about or look for. They just look as, have they hit the goal or not? You actually want to look at what needs to be done, what was done to try and hit that goal. Was there someone in the chapter or the community that's stopping you from hitting that goal? So what are your key steps to evaluating your chapter plan? Review relevant information. These are going to be things like your financial statements, your feedback, maybe surveys, membership surveys, community surveys. Meet with your whole team. Meet as a board of directors, and also meet with each individual VP or directors, or even chairman of projects. Did they have something that they saw that was different than from what you saw? What goals did they feel they hit, and what goals did they feel they didn't hit, and why? What can you work with them individually on as how to move forward? How are you going to report these evaluations? I'd highly suggest that each trimester the president writes up a one-page statement overview and attaches that to their chapter plan when submitting it for review at the state level. This will give us a realistic view of what you feel you've accomplished, what you feel needs to be improved upon. We don't want just the positives. We want you to be truly looking deep down as to what you need to do to improve from that point forward. Put up a report for the GMM each month or each trimester. What achievements have we made? What changes are you providing that you want the members to get on board with for the future? Provide guidance to moving forward. You want your general membership to be on board with your goals each trimester. The reason you want to do that is because they might not always know or understand why the board of directors picked these goals or the impact that they want to make for the year. In order to get them on board, have those reports available, have the chapter plan available. Some tips you could look at is putting your chapter plan goals on the back of the GMM agendas each month so members actually know what the board is looking at doing for the year, and they may see something that they can get on board with. So what should you do from here each trimester? Does the strategic plan need to be changed to reflect your program or your program's environment? It's okay if you need to nix a goal or you need to completely reevaluate it. Just make sure you're clear as to why you're changing it so that not only does the board know, the membership knows, and also the board members for the following year know what you've tried and what you may need to look at doing forward. Get your general membership involved. Again, this is not a plan just for the board of directors, it's for the whole chapter. Don't forget to keep evaluating. How can evaluating the plan help your chapter plan or your chapter? It identifies what programs need to be expanded and enhanced. You may find that one of your goals was way too easy to complete and you may want to expand it or figure out a way to get other general members involved with a project. Indication of any development or strategic affiliations or collaborations. Evaluating your community relationships each trimester, putting those in writing will help future project goals get completed because you might look back and say, hey, this person might be able to help us with this. Evaluating your chapter plan each trimester really does show higher performing leadership teams, improving and building your brand identity. And it also has evidence of getting more engaged and more motivated board and membership. I am going to do one quick. So a lot of times the chapters feel at the end of the year, you know, why did we spend so much time writing the chapter plan? They didn't feel like they gained anything. But there's actually statistics that show that 60% of nonprofits, management and staff have difficulty executing the strategies previously agreed upon. So it's a good thing to continue to evaluate that because someone may say, oh yeah, we decided we were going to do that, but why did we decide we were going to do that? Are we still needing to do that? The main reason for this is because chapters aren't evaluating where they are at, and they are also not asking the right questions when evaluating the chapter plan. Or if these efforts are relying heavily too much on simple goals and not actually capturing the true complexity and character of the attendant social benefits. You know, yes, we wanted to do 100 surveys, but what was the real benefit of doing those surveys? Did we achieve that benefit? Yes, we got the surveys, but were we really looking at trying to do a new project in the community that the community members wanted? What is the true outcome that we want? When looking at your measurements, make sure they're clear, precise, and quantitative whenever possible. And again, going back to looking at the chapter plan and what things you should look at, think about to what degree did the program reach its target audience? Was this mainly going to be parents, or was this mainly going to be to recruit members? Did that actual program that you put in place for the year reach its target? Were the program activities implemented as planned? If not, why not? Was there some type of fiscal or logistical issue that stopped you in place and couldn't complete the implementation of that project? Think about all of these different types of data around a program and a goal, and just really think about what ways to improve upon it. We don't, as a state board, we're not reviewing them for our good, we're reviewing them for your good. We want to see that you're being realistic and not just saying, yes, we completed this task. No, we did not complete this task. We really want you to think about, yes, we completed this and we went above and beyond because X, Y, and Z happened. Or no, we did not complete that task because we found out that's not really what our community wanted and we need to reverse it and change it to a completely different goal. Changing your goals throughout the year is perfectly okay. We want to see that you're working on improving and creating more impactful projects. Again, using the chapter plans as a way to provide inspiration and encouragement to move forward. We want you to use this as a tool to show your members that there is a plan in place, that you have an idea of where the chapter is going to be in a year, 2 years, 5 years. It's not just some one-time goal there and done. It's a way to actually inspire members to think bigger and understanding that it's one step in a 5-step process. Does anyone have any questions?
Your slide is no longer shared, is that?
Yeah, it was. I was trying to find my notes.
Okay, gotcha.
It doesn't you can't do the same thing at once. This was a pretty simple webinar tonight, but I really wanted to just have everyone think about what types of things that they could utilize to evaluate their chapter plans. Again, it's not just a yes, we did it, no, we didn't. When you are submitting for recognition for things like chapter of the trimester, we want to see your evaluation. We want to know that you're actually thinking about what has been going on and what you can do to improve. So again, really think about, a lot of the times, someone might be resisting, and it's not always internal. Is it something in your community that maybe is actually preventing you from going forward in a project that you may need to actually create another goal for to overcome that? Do you need to work with your city council more? What are those issues that you're facing? And what needs to happen to move forward? Does anyone have any questions? So again, we encourage you to submit your chapter plan each trimester. The chapter plan each trimester is going to be used in order to qualify your chapter for things like chapter of the trimester, along with the awards that are presented by President Steve at the end of the year. These are the things that we take a look at and we advise towards. I hope everyone joins us for the other webinars we have coming up. Next Wednesday, March 30th at 8 p.m., we have the Junior and J-Teen Degrees webinar with Beth Plant. The following week will be competitions with Kristen Gartzka. And the following week after that will be a single project entry webinar regarding what types of things to think about for your members to help them submit for entries. If anyone has any questions, you can email me at epoltorak@mijcs.org with any questions regarding it. If you have questions regarding the chapter plans that were already submitted and reviewed back to you, please let us know as well as soon as possible so we can get those questions answered for you. I hope you enjoyed the short webinar tonight, and everyone have a good night. Thank you.